There is a street in America lined with mattress stores, all eerily empty. Yet every month they quietly survive, paying sky-high rent with no crowd in sight. Some say it is a front for something darker, but the truth is hidden in numbers no one expects. With markups nearing 900% and profit margins that dwarf grocery stores, each location only needs to sell about 20 mattresses per month to thrive. So why do these clusters look abandoned? And how did the real answer spark a viral mystery that even billion-dollar scandals could not kill? The stakes are more real and more bizarre than anyone online ever guessed. A mattress starts life in a factory for about $300. Foam, springs, fabric, labor, all in. That same mattress, once it is wheeled onto a showroom floor, can carry a sticker price of $3,000. That is not a typo, a 900% markup right there in the open. Walk into a mattress store and you will see endless sale banners, slashed prices, and the promise of a deal. But the real trick is in the numbers printed on those price tags. Industry insiders will tell you the sticker price is set sky high on purpose, built to anchor your expectations and make every discount look like a steal. But even after the so-called discounts, mattress chains routinely pull in gross margins of 50 to 60%. That means for every sale of $1,500, as much as $900 is pure gross profit. That is a level of markup most grocery stores would kill for. Grocery stores scrape by on 5 cents of profit from every dollar. Here, the profit on a single sale can cover a week's worth of overhead. No wonder an analyst once joked, "Mattress retail is not about volume, it is about hitting the jackpot every time someone finally needs a bed." The math is so lopsided it almost feels like a magic trick. But it is real, and it is the reason a store can sit empty for days and still survive. The next question is, does that margin really cover the rent? Or is there more to the story? Picture a store manager unlocking the front door on a quiet Tuesday morning. The phone is silent, the showroom is empty, but the numbers tell a different story. Every month the store faces a stack of bills. Rent runs about $7,500, payroll for a couple of salespeople. Ads $6,000, utilities and insurance are another $1,000. Marketing eats up $1,500, and delivery costs chip in $1,000. Total it up, about $17,000 just to keep the lights on and the doors open. These are fixed costs that do not disappear when the showroom is quiet. Now look at what happens with a single sale. That $1,500 mattress, after discounts, cost the store around $600 to bring in. The rest, about $900, goes straight toward covering those fixed costs. Sell 20 mattresses in a month, and the store pulls in $18,000 in gross profit. That is enough to pay every bill, with a little left over. No need for a parade of customers, just a handful of big-ticket sales each week. This is why the empty showroom is not a sign of trouble. The economics are built for slow days. With margins around 60%, a store only needs to convince 20 people a month to swap out their old bed. That is less than one sale a day. The math works, and it is all out in the open. No secret backroom deals, no mysterious windfalls. Just a business model that survives on high margins and low volume, month after month. In the mid-2010s, photos started popping up online showing 3 mattress stores on a single intersection, all with empty parking lots. The internet noticed, and the story took on a life of its own. Early posts on Tumblr and Twitter treated it like a joke, mattresses multiplying like rabbits. But the real speculation caught fire on Reddit. By 2016, threads asking why there were so many mattress firms and why they were always empty began pulling in thousands of upvotes and hundreds of comments. The top reply, almost every time, was a simple accusation: money laundering. The idea spread fast. One user would post a photo of 4 stores in a row. The next would chime in that no one ever goes in and no one ever comes out. The meme jumped from Reddit to Twitter, then to YouTube and Facebook, carried by screenshots and jokes about secret criminal empires hiding in plain sight. By 2018, the theory had grown so popular that WBUR's Endless Thread devoted a full episode to it and called it the Great Mattress Conspiracy. The hosts sifted through viral posts, interviewed analysts, and tried to answer the question that had taken over the internet. Were these empty stores just a weird business decision, or was something more sinister going on? The suspicion had become a cultural in-joke, a checklist item for anyone who stumbled across a strip mall with more mattresses than customers. But the meme had outpaced the facts, and it was time to put the theory to the test. Public records tell a different story from the internet's rumors. Mattress Firm's ownership has always been straightforward, first as a public company, later under Steinhoff International, and now part of Somni Group. SEC filings list every major shareholder, board member, and executive by name. No anonymous shell companies, no hidden trusts, just standard corporate paperwork anyone can pull. Debt disclosures in annual reports match up with the company's expansion, loans from regular banks, not unexplained cash infusions. Store-level revenue and expense data disclosed during bankruptcy show familiar retail patterns: rent, payroll, utilities, and marketing, all paid by check or wire, not stacks of cash. Auditors and bankruptcy courts reviewed these numbers line by line, with no evidence of the odd flows that typify laundering. One forensic accountant told WBUR that if you were looking for red flags, phantom owners, missing inventory, or strange deposits, none of it shows up in the filings. Even at the height of the Steinhoff scandal, regulators and creditors pored over Mattress Firm's books, searching for anything suspicious. The evidence is clear. The business model may be aggressive, but it is not a cover for something else. Mattress Firm did not just want to sell beds, it wanted to own every street corner where a customer might think about buying one. The company's playbook was simple: buy up every major competitor, keep their stores open, and flood the market with overlapping locations. Between 2010 and 2016, Mattress Firm grew from about 700 stores to over 3,500, fueled by a spree of acquisitions like Sleep Train, Sleepy's, and Mattress Giant. Instead of closing redundant shops, they often left them running, even if that meant 3 stores within a few blocks. Retail analysts say this was not about selling more mattresses per store, it was about locking up prime real estate and making sure no rival could get a foothold. One strategist explained, "It's a market share war. If you control the corners, you control the customer." SEC filings and investor calls from those years show the logic. Dominate local advertising, drive down delivery costs, and become the automatic choice when someone finally needs a new bed. The result was a checkerboard of Mattress Firm stores, sometimes clustered so tightly that shoppers joked you could see one from the front window of another. This strategy was not a secret scheme. It was an aggressive bet that market saturation would keep competitors out and profits rolling in. In late 2017, Steinhoff International, the parent company behind Mattress Firm, publicly admitted to massive fraud. Billions in assets had been inflated on the books. The fallout was immediate. Steinhoff's stock collapsed, its chief executive officer resigned, and creditors demanded answers. By October 2018, the company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the U.S. court. Court documents laid out a drastic plan to close about 700 stores nationwide. Nearly 200 locations shut their doors within days, and hundreds more were slated for closure as part of the restructuring. Financial headlines chronicled the carnage: empty storefronts, lost jobs, and a retail footprint that had shrunk by nearly a quarter. These were not secret fronts vanishing under cover of darkness. They were casualties of a global corporate meltdown triggered by fraud at the very top. The empty stores that followed were not evidence of a conspiracy. They were the cost of a parent's collapse. Extreme profit margins still shape where and how we shop, often in ways that defy common sense. As long as business math bends reality, empty storefronts are not always what they seem. In a world of hidden strategies, curiosity remains our best defense. What business mystery should we investigate next?